All right, so now we got to go to Brother Nelly, because if I don't, my friends will be on my ass, because they're just like, you see this? Yes, because if you knew me well, and you understood that in the height of that man's career, when he, rose to fame and whatnot, I was a diehard Nelly St. Lunatics fan, as well as, when me and my homegirls would go out. Me was the Nelly fan, she was the Jay-Z fan. So, it was just like, that's how we did it, hyped each other up on the dance floor. We had fun, back when there were no camera phones and all the things. Now, here's the thing. I need to know where this man's PR team is, because why hasn't someone told you to shut the fuck up? Because you just made this shit so progressively worse that, at this point, there's no way of digging yourself up out of this. There's no means of redemption. And right now, you probably don't care. But when that tour happens, oh, baby, you're going to care. Because here's the thing. It's starting to see the, he was like, oh, I didn't know, riding for me and trying to put my city on. Let's not act like the people from your city you ain't have problems with. Let's not. Let's not do that. But fans like me, we still defended your ass with that. But anyways, it was never about, voting for and all the things, because here's the thing, it had nothing to do with that. But here we will talk about how you mispronounced that lady's name, and, couldn't say Kamala to save your fucking life. And I don't want to hear it was his accent and all the other things, because like I said, I have watched the interviews of this man. I watched his show when he had it. That man can speak, and he can speak well when he wants to. He was in the presence of, hometown stuff, and we just kicking it and what have you. So he was talking how he was, because he was like, ain't there president. Okay, so did you solicit a president to perform? No. What were you doing to absolutely be on presidential radars, that this would absolutely be something for the people? Because let's not act like, yeah, you had music that was a bop, but a lot of times you got caught in heat behind the degradation of women. Now, here's the other thing. He was just like, I didn't know, that riding for me was who you voted for and all the things, and people can change. Yes, people can change. But the fact of the matter is, last year, just weeks ago, he was talking about how the Haitians were eating the cats and the dogs, and he stood down on that even after he was corrected and said that there was no merit to that. He did not apologize. He also defamed the Central Park Five yet again for black men who look like you, who he would never ever rent to, and said that they killed somebody when they didn't. He said that they, the person died, and that, they pled guilty. They didn't. But you're talking about, can people change? They can when they want to. That man is in his late 70s. He has no means to change. He doesn't have to. And you're sitting here thinking that you're bridging the gap, or that, you're going to bring about change. How the fuck are you going to do so when you have someone such as him so stuck in his ways? Now, if you just wanted to say, he gave you a bag and whatnot, then that's what you should have said. You should have just left it right there. But no, you had to dig yourself a little bit deeper, because you were just like, oh, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. So again, you have a problem with Obama. If he didn't create the crime bill in the 90s. But you know what he did create? You know what he did create? Women like your wife, women like your daughter. We all are out here fighting for our reproductive rights. That's what he created. But you want to talk about nobody's allowed to change? We all thought you changed, and you hadn't. So that's why a lot of people are blocking, um, streaming, and online, because at this point we're expecting our celebrities to do better, and not be placed on a stage where y'all are shown to be shucking and jiving for someone who will never appreciate your talents and your hard work and all the things that you put forth for your community. All of that, it will now be washed away, because you have chosen a side, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But just know that all of those people that supported, the apple bottom jeans, the liquor, the tours, because absolutely went on that tour last year, was absolutely planning on going on this one. No, we're good, because we have to lead by example in our real communities. We don't get to just hang this shit up and, move on. So, yeah, if y'all saw that interview with him, you know that he dug a much fucking deeper hole, and it's just what it was.